Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and my name is Monica, and in our today's video I will be answering a question that have been asked severally. Sometimes I meet people and they are like, Monica, I want to import this and this, so where do I start? And so today I will be giving a detailed information on where you should start to ensure that you import and import successfully free. And throughout the steps I'll be giving you the tips on what to avoid, what you should do, and what you should not do. So guys, stay tuned and let me take you through. So you have already decided you wanna import something, and even before we go to the very first step that you need to put into consideration when you want to import. The first thing you need to do is deciding what item do you want to import. And how do you do this? You do this by identifying a gap in the market, and you are trying to meet the demand of that society or where you stay. So the first thing is to identify the item. Once you have done your market research and you have the item, step number 2 is identifying a supplier. This one can be tricky sometimes, but it should not always be tricky, because we have various platforms where you can get your suppliers. And I know this one it's a bit hectic to so many people. And so where can you get your suppliers? You can get your suppliers through referrals. For example, I can refer you a supplier if I have used them and I did like their services. Number 2, you can also get suppliers through Alibaba. And once you go to Alibaba, make sure you do the due diligence to ensure that the supplier is legit, to avoid being scammed or something. And I'll also be doing a video later on how you can get your suppliers on Alibaba and the entire process of buying from Alibaba. So guys, don't stay far, and you should consider subscribing. Then where else can you get your suppliers from? You can get your suppliers, maybe you can decide to visit the country where you want to import your goods. For example, let's say it's Turkey. You can decide you want to visit there and go visit the companies, the manufacturing companies, go visit the suppliers, and with that you are going to get a supplier. Then once you have your supplier, it is now time to discuss with the supplier. Let the supplier send you the catalog, let them send you the price list, and then with this you can try and see, is it making sense? Whatever you want to import, is it making sense to you? And I say this now and again, consider negotiating and negotiating again and again. And once, even before you go to negotiating, it's good, before you decide to order a large amount of goods, it's good to ask your supplier to send you some samples. With this, you're able to see what kind of a product is your supplier selling, what is their quality, and you're able to see, is this product making sense and will it sell in my society, right? Once you receive the samples and you are satisfied with the samples, it is now time to make a big order. And you already now trust your supplier, they have good goods, so it's time now to make your order. You make the order and you ensure that your supplier packs the goods, and even before the goods leave the supplier's warehouse, make sure you give the correct address, name, telephone number, all those details, to make sure that your goods do not get lost along the way. Then after that, the goods have to transit from the supplier to the shipping agent. In this case, if you're not going to clear your goods by your own, so they have to go to the shipping agent. And the moment they are going to the shipping agent, it's always good to communicate with the shipping agent even before they ship and tell them what is the nature of my commodities, because some shipping agent, they will be like, for those ones I cannot ship those kind of commodities. And it can be very frustrating. Let's say, for example, you have already bought phones, and maybe the shipping agent says that they cannot ship phones. You will be frustrated, and that is the whole stock and all your capital is in there. So it's good you communicate with them and identify a shipping agent who is ready to take the commodities that you already have. Again, it's good for you to tell your supplier to indicate what mode of transportation are you goods going to go with? Is it by air? Is it by sea? So that once the goods arrive at the shipping agent, they will not be having trouble trying to understand, should we ship these goods by air? Should we ship them by sea? And again, we said probably you want to ship your goods by sea, simply because you don't want it to become very expensive. On the other hand, you might be wanting to ship your goods by air simply because of the urgency and some other personal reasons. So in this case, you want to communicate well to avoid miscommunication and something of the sort. And you guys, if you have not checked the video that I did, a comparison of shipping by air and by sea, you should kindly watch it, and I will leave a link down below on the description box. So please watch the video so that you can have a clear understanding and make a good decision which method should you ship your goods with. Now your goods are at the shipping agent place. And guys, before you look for a shipping agent, it's good you look at their credibility, how do they perform their task, because to be honest, not all shipping agents are good. Some of them, sorry to say so, they are pathetic. They will not communicate, they will not receive your calls. Once your goods probably get lost, they will not even pick your calls. And so be careful when you're picking your shipping agent, because this one can really affect your business. When also searching for your shipping agent, compare their prices. And sometimes it is not only about prices, because you can get an agency that provides good services but their cost is a little bit higher, and other times you can get an agency that charges a little money but their services are pathetic. So it's up to you, because sometimes we say cheap is expensive, but their charges do not vary much. It can only vary with a few dollars. So do a research on the same and know which agency can work very well for my country, which agency can work very well for me. Now your goods are already with the shipping agent. What else is there for you to worry? It's time to make payment to your shipping agent, and it depends. Some shipping agents will require you to pay some amount of money before the goods leave the country of origin. In this case, assuming it's China, they will require you to pay the cost of transportation before your goods leave. Others, it's optional. You can pay before or you can pay after. So it's good for you to know which one works well for you, depending on your country, and also depending on your country where your goods are going to. So after that, what happens? You have already paid your suppliers, the goods have already arrived in your country. What happened next? It's simple. Go collect your goods. It's as simple as that. You go collect your goods. If you had not paid, it's now time to pay. And there's one thing that I love about using our shipping agencies, because that you don't have to struggle much about the customs, the taxes, and all those things, because they sort you out. But if at all you can do it on your own, then it's also good. It's a good one. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys. See you next time.